Hello out there. Hopefully you can hear. Well, the microphone might help. Bad start as usual. If you are a regular here, you know I will never start these either on time or fluidly without a problem. There we are. Almost forgot the bloody microphone. And you probably noticed all the shilling of stuff at the start as well. Adverts everywhere. Welcome along to tonight's Tuesday night edits. Maybe's a slightly different one because there may be more than about 5 of us in here tonight. Fingers crossed there will be more than 5 of us in here tonight. Because, let me scroll that down. Yes, we have more than 5 people watching tonight already. Yes, so the since Sunday, the world has gone mad. Absolutely bonkers. So welcome all the new subscribers and those of you who have never turned up to these before. Hopefully you can actually hear me. There's usually somebody who'll actually say yes, I'm good and coming through fine. Hello Kangamoo, I recognise your name from comments. Welcome along. Ready for lunch break, so you must be in the US somewhere then. That's all good. So yeah, there's a few watching, that's good. Right, I'm just going to have a slurp of tea, excuse me. Yes, so welcome along to Tuesday Night Edits, where basically I will edit an image. And, hi David. And Paul. Just loud and clear, great, thank you very much. Clement, new sub as well. Johnny is back, he's a regular. John Dexter, he's a regular as well. Welcome back to you guys. And welcome to the new people as well. It's fantastic to have more than 5 of us here. So I do excuse me if I do miss any comments in chat. Just if there's a lot more of you there, I can't keep ahead of it. So yeah, format is we edit an image and we have a little chat in the chat room, so please do get on board in there, get to know each other, that's all good. And if you don't know me, I am Andy Gray. I was in Thomas's video on Sunday evening, and like I say, the world went mad. I tripled my subs in a day pretty much. So it just shows you the power of Heaton. It's absolutely crazy, and he's got to deal with that twice a week. That's just madness. But anyways, good fun and massive appreciation to Tom for exposing me to the world and my work. So can't thank him enough. So hopefully he's having a lovely time. Hopefully the weather's a bit better in Iceland than what it is here. So hopefully he's having a nice time shooting the midnight sun and all that kind of stuff up in Iceland. Hi David, hi Tim. Well, welcome along. And Sylvia as well, I saw you join the other day before Heaton. Welcome too. Thank you all for subscribing as well. It's just unbelievable to us. So right, yes, I keep on getting distracted. Apologies, it will happen all night. Hi Nigel. Thank you very much. Nice to have another superstar in the chat. Always love your stuff. Always inspiring, Nigel. Thank you very much. Love your stuff. Right. I'm getting distracted again. Right, there's lots of people watching. I'm feeling the pressure. Right, okay, so we are editing an image tonight, and I'm basically gonna say this now. I might do a very quick edit, but I'm gonna basically copy Heaton. Out of the 3 images that he had in his video, the 3rd one of the boats in the bay came out quite nicely. But with minimal work he did to it, so I will do my spin on that. The difference is he was shooting his at 70mm, and I only shot mine at 35mm, so mine will be a bit more distant, and chances are the editing will be a bit more extreme as well. So it's so we'll see how ours differ a little bit, and eventually when I do get around to editing my version of The Morning with Tom, I will include my versions of what I shot at the same time as what Tom did, and then you can watch the two videos together and see what the differences are. Obviously I've had a lot more practice with the editing side of things. Evening, Paul. Well, thank you. Oh, very much under pressure, Paul. There's more than 5 of us here tonight. Hi Derek, good of you to come along as well, and Bob. Right then, might as well kick on, otherwise I'll just waffle for hours. So yes, I will share my screen and then we'll start working through this. Right, so those regulars will notice that I've just jumbled the screen around a little bit. So I'm going to actually adapt the positioning of everything depending on what program I'm editing in, providing I remember to switch. Hi Peter, you're late. Where have you been? You're usually here to tell me that I'm online and working. Right. Edit an image, Andy. Right. So we've got this this view of you know, the shallow harbour on Lindisfarne. Some of these ones I've actually been through and picked out the images to work on. So I've gone for some soft ones. This one was very much just moving the camera left and right. So these are, I think Tom maybe's combined 2 shots for his version. I think I'll probably combine a lot more. So yeah, so probably start with this one, work my way back with those. Yeah, I think that's going to work, and we'll just see what happens. I'm not expecting anything marvellous from this, but we'll give it a go. I was just curious because on my initial look through I just wasn't excited about these, so I might not be excited after about 10 minutes and we might abandon it and go back to a priory image, but we'll see. Hi Lutz Photography, thank you very much. Yeah, it was Paul. When we all got together and went across there, we got a bit damp. Right, so let's crack on before everybody starts switching off. Right, so what I'm going to do, just going to tidy this initial image up. So in the develop module, I will probably just sprint through some of these phases as well. That's just to forewarn you, but in case you think you're getting left behind. I'm just going to do some white balance adjustments. Add a bit of contrast in. Just want those colours to pop a little bit more, because what I'm really aiming for is to really punch the red on this near boat, just to make it, just to really highlight that in the image. And detail, I need to flatten that out, which is nice there. Lens correction is going to get rid of the vignette because we don't want that to get nasty later on, so just really give us a nice bright image to work from. More basic adjustments maybe. Usually I would start throwing in lots and lots of warm tones and push it really towards the oranges and reds that I usually use, but with this being quite of a sea kind of image, I'm going to stay reasonably true to life and keep things blue. No red tonight, but well, maybe not at the minute, Paul. Anyway, no red yet. So right, so that's kind of got that straightened out. What I will have to do, because it's a very bright day and my sensor is incredibly dirty, just gonna have to get shot of some of these, just the worst ones, just so they don't actually get too bad when I start doubling the layers up and getting too dark and apparent. So just really get rid of the worst ones. Keep things reasonably clean. So that's all that done. I'm tempted to lighten, darken. Ooh, no, let's drop the blacks a touch. Up the vibrance a bit as well. So there you go. Right, that's about the starting point. So yeah, usually I'll use Lightroom just to do my initial prep. So color, white balance adjustments, clean the image up, getting rid of dust spots and all that kind of detritus. Just open up shadows, just basically solve a few issues, and then I will just randomly group them all, sync all those initial settings across these 7 images, synchronize those, and when they're all done we will actually open all these layers in Photoshop and then start creating something. Of what it actually might be yet, I don't know, but we're going to work through it. That's what some of you might not actually realise, is that I have no idea where this is going pretty much till about 70% of the way through the whole process. So edit in, layers in Photoshop. And then we'll wait half an hour because my computer's slow. And this is where we can get into the chat. Hi Ralph, up from Bulgaria, welcome. And hello Mark, good of you to come along. Brad. Excellent stuff. I like to hear people are being inspired by the way I work. That's been the most rewarding thing about being on Tom's video. There's all the feedback and the comments. There's only a couple of negative ones. Some that actually made me laugh heartily, but there's been quite a few on there about inspiring them to either get back into photography or realise that there's something more than just standing in a field with a tripod at sunset. You can actually do whatever you want, really. There's no right and wrong about this style as well. Mr. Freeze in the house, that's a canny name. Welcome from Norway. Peter, I'm trusting you to keep everybody in order for me, for when I get distracted. And are we all loaded up? We are all loaded up, and hopefully the stream is still going strong. Grand, right. So what I'll do here is I'll just select all the layers together, and then I will start playing with blend modes, just randomly, and seeing what we're going to get. Oh, I missed a dust spot right in the middle. See that straight away. What I will actually have to do is just realign some of these layers. See how things go. Right, there was one. Lighting looked quite interesting, but you lose a lot of the boatage. Boatage? Is boatage even a word? Hold on, I never switched to my Photoshop view. There we go. Keeps me out of the way. So lighting, there's a possibility there's some nice shape in there, but I think I'll base it on the dark and blend mode and then just adjust the image as we walk through it. Hi Mick, from sunny Cornwall. I wish it was sunny here, it's grim as anything. Good point, Paul. That's kind of why I moved it across, is I keep forgetting all the panels come out of the layers and there's my ugly face in front of them. Bloody food. I haven't tried with film yet, Mark. Well, I've tried one ICM shot with film, but it's all too expensive. Right, and I am just going to start layering some of these together, just with the move tool. Just kind of get them roughly in the correct kind of place. Well, that one. Go away. Don't have program errors tonight. That one I am actually going to move to the top, because that might work as a nice overlay, because it was the very much left and right one. I think that one's the same. So another blend mode could be used for those. This one's probably got a bit more detail on. Has it? Not really. And what I will do, I will actually also use opacity to blend them together. Always. And I will actually jettison some of them as well. So get rid of that one. That one is way out of line. It's kind of the one I wanted, because it's got the mast showing there. That's quite an important one, but we'll just blend the edges out as well. Actually, I think I'll rotate that one, just so it lines up with the headland. I think it's quite important to get that boat there and kind of realistic looking. Just convert that one. I'm going to drag that one down there, and then these ones I'm going to try different blend modes. So let's try some soft light with multiply. Maybe quite right, Nigel. Yeah, it's all about what we're making rather than the bit of all the buttons and settings. You can ICM, you can just set it and forget about it. Multiply, I'm going to bring that down to halfway. Just want the feeling of smoothed out. Thank you, Lucas. Hi, Andrew from Guatemala. God, the internet's a wonderful thing, isn't it? Favourite blend mode, Nigel? I probably use darken, multiply and lighten the most these days. I used to use soft light quite a lot, but not so much recently. Not sure why, just happened that way. Let's just bring that in. Yeah, these ones aren't doing a lot. It's really soft. Actually, no, I can just play with the opacity just to wash these out a little bit. This is where the more you know about Photoshop, the better, because you can really start tailoring your images. I'm actually going to stick a mask on there, and I'm going to just paint out, reduce the flow a little bit, reduce the opacity a bit more. Just going to softly paint out there. Just really want that boat at the front to be a prime subject. Some of these layers can just disappear, to be honest. That one's doing nothing. So like them ones we can actually bin, get them out of the way. And this one I am gonna mask this as well. I'm just going to mask out these edges, just so I've got more canvas to work with. Because I do only use a small, well, not a small sensor, a low megapixel camera. I'll do it the right way around, it might help. My camera is only a 12 megapixel. Oh, it's done. The circular gradient. Sorry about that. I only have a 12 megapixel. I've done it the wrong way around again. This happens every single time. There we go, finally got there. I only have a 12 megapixel camera, so it is quite important that I have as much canvas as possible to play with, just to aid my image creation and keep it as big as possible. Where if you've got a 50 megapixel D850 or something like that, you can crop right down, you got no problems. And if it actually out there, if anybody's bothered about small sensors, old low megapixel cameras, I printed at the weekend several A1s from a crop of a 12 megapixel sensor image. So don't be worried about image sizes and buying the latest cameras for big megapixels. You don't need it. They will work beautifully. Just going to drop the opacity on this just a touch, just to soften it a little bit. There we go. Right, again we're still just in prep mode really. We're going to start playing a lot more now. Just going to make that smaller so I can see. Still looking to possibly go quite dramatic. So I'm just going to push the curves around. That's what I really want. I want a quite a blue naval marine scene. That's what it is. So everything quite blue and turquoisey and greeny. Possibly even get rid of this foreground, depending on how things blend, and then really punch back with this bright red boat. So just kind of thinking down them lines. How successful the image is going to be, I have no idea yet. Welcome, Edwin. Hi, John. Good of you all to be here tonight. I've just seen the viewing figures. My God. Yes, we're not in Kansas anymore, people. Right. Okay. I think I'm actually gonna stick another curves adjustment on, and this I'm just gonna use on one. I'm gonna mask this out. Just gonna try to lighten it as much as possible. Use a gradient filter. Wrong way around. Always do that. There we go. I just wanted to lighten this foreground a bit more, so hopefully it'll disappear in the next later stages. So are we kind of about ready? I'm just going to blend out a little bit more of this. Wrong way, Andy. Just to soften that shore, give it a more plasticky, oily kind of feel to it. Really like this squiggle here. Just that boat there, looking quite nice. That's softened everything out nicely, and I think we're kind of... Do I do a little colour adjustment yet? Yeah, let's just play with the saturating. Move that to the top so it affects them all. Ramp up the saturation a bit. Actually, working on an image like this is quite foreign to us, so please excuse us if it goes completely wrong. Usually I'm dealing with castles and sandstone and things well above the horizon line, big vast structures, so using an image that's effectively flat, this is quite foreign to us. Good stuff. Welcome along, adult children. That's quite a name. Gotta have some red, David. Red is the red makes the world go round. millions of variations, John, not just thousands. And you've got to be quite intuitive with it as well. You've just got to go with the flow. But if you can work as non-destructively as possible, then it means you can go back to it. So, which is always a saving grace if you find you've gone down one rabbit hole and you feel you're getting nowhere. You can at least go back. John, I'm probably going to do a video on general different types of camera movements that I use. They are all quite random, and everybody has their own movements and wrist suppleness and all that kind of, and strength as well. So keep an eye out. I am planning to do it, but then again, I've been planning to do a lot of videos since about October, and I'm never getting around to it. So just stay subscribed, and it will come along. Actually, Tom suggested that I should do what Nigel's done. If you go to Nigel's channel, and he's got his landscape masterclass course. Tom was suggesting I should do something down that road. I think I need a professional video team with us, because my videos are not so good. But I've only been doing it a little while. Right, I think we might as well jump into the next stage here. So this is where the business end of things come about, and I use the Nick collection, but specifically Analog Effects Pro 2 within that. So we'll just boost that up, get that working. Might take a second or so to get started, because it's slow. Another. Change of position for me for this one as well. Everybody loves a bit of boatage, don't he? Right, if you have never been here before or seen much of my channel or been on my website, I do actually sell presets for Analog Effects Pro. They are only for Analog Effects Pro, Pro 2 specifically, and I use them really as a jumping off point. They've come about from us making certain images, so I've kind of saved them as a preset to get to the back to that stage or that finished image. So if you are interested in any of them, then do check out the links below. There is a link to them if you want to save yourself a little bit of time, but it'd be helpful if you watch, the process here, how I actually use Analog Effects Pro before you get all compulsive and go and buy them. Right, I am just gonna. So what I've got the pack I sell has got 27 presets, which I've developed over the last 4 years or so, and so basically I just use them as a kind of a starting point to see if I want to go with a certain colour scheme or positioning, and then just configure the image after that. So they're quite handy as a time saver. That's really what I use them for. Sometimes they look good in previews on the side, and then they don't look so good when you get them actually onto full screen like this here. So thanks very much, John. That's very kind of you. And Doug, thank you very much. That's very kind of you, Brad. Now you get a little bit of tuition now, so you know how to use them. And I am working on collection 2 as well, by the way, just to forewarn you. Gotta keep the bank manager happy. So yeah, I'll usually just look through some of these and get to the point of seeing what's a good starting point. Something like this, and you've got this point at the screen. I 54 episodes, you would think that I would remember that me going like this means that you don't know what I'm pointing at. This area up in the top, you know, that could be like a stormy sky if you just readjust things, you know, up above the harbour or just this boat. That's the kind of thing you've got to think about. And if you don't know how I actually work with these, is that there's a double exposure module within this, and you can control where that double exposure module is, its size, how blurry it is, and by moving that over the image can really create some amazing shapes, which you can then interpret into your own image or enhance what you're trying to show. It really is a fantastic little part of the program, which is not designed to be used in this manner, but hey ho, that's what happens. Bloody phone. Let's just have a look at this one. It is a bit. I was hoping to get rid of this foreground. I don't know if I turn it around. The other thing is you can adjust the exposure balance, so it will prioritise the second exposure more. So you can effectively get rid of that foreground if that's what you're after. I don't think it's going to be working on this one. Let me have a further look. I think I might actually work with this one. If you notice the name for this one, it's called Dunstanburgh Sheep, and that's basically because it was made from an image where it was from Dunstanburgh Castle, but there was sheep in front of the castle. So that's how I name these presets. Is effectively what the original preset, what the image was that I made it. Because I've got no imagination when it comes to naming things. I'm going to bring that down just a tad. Really, if I pull that across. I'm pulling that across because I've got this mark here, which I think is that boat there. And I just wanted that one slightly out of the way. Just out there. And then that kind of a bit more of a nicer scene. Yeah, there's that line there which isn't ideal, but you push it too far that way, it starts obliterating that boat, which I really want to work with. I want that to be the highlight. Scaling this down, it's just really want to bring in, so this area here looks like a heavy stormy cloud. I think that might be doing, yeah. And also, if you notice here, zoomer strength, if I take that out, that sharpens everything up, and then you can start seeing the markers in here, the other boats, which are actually these ones here, and then this line here, which is obviously the foreground. You've got to start thinking upside down with all this type of stuff. So by increasing the zoom strength, that just softens all that out quite nicely. So that's looking quite good. Let's just catch up with chat again. Hi Ozzy, good of you to come along. Thanks Nigel. Yeah, it's nice to make people think rather than just stand and press a shutter. Jam this. Hello from Heaton Bridge. It's not far away. Hi Andy. Thank you very much, very kind of you. And I think I did remember seeing your comment on the Sycamore Gap one. I think it might even have got lost in spam somewhere for some reason. I had to activate it. Matt, funnily enough, if I'm not even sure what episode it was, but there was one episode of the live stream. If you go back into the playlist on the home channel, my home channel page, because I do unlist live streams apart from like the last one. If you go back through there, there's one where I actually steal images from a Turner painting and show how I actually apply it onto another one. So do seek that one out. A couple of other people have actually done the same technique. Ted Forbes has done one, who is the art of photography guy. He's done a video, and Pix Imperfect is where I actually got the technique from. No blend if, Peter. Behave yourself. Running gag there for anybody that doesn't know. Peter got me started on using blend if, and I still haven't got a clue how it works. Right, I'm just worried I've lost the mast of that castle, that boat. But I'm gonna probably bring that in a little bit later on with some blend if. Peter Lewis, naughty man. Lens vignette in this I kind of use to really just add atmosphere. You know, get things quite dull and grungy, stormy. I think we're probably looking for a stormier kind of scene. But then it's very light over here. I haven't even started on the colour yet, so yeah, it's just that. So I probably will actually, the last bit where I think I'll crop this as a panoramic kind of looking image. Right, let's start thinking about some colour. So Analog Effects Pro, if you don't actually know, is specifically designed, to represent or replicate, sorry, wrong word, replicate like old film and old cameras. So the film types give you some really nice aged film colours, which to me give us the look of an aged painting. So that's why I use that's another reason why I use Analog Effects Pro so much, is you've got that, feeling like it could be a painting that sat in a gallery for 100 years or so, covered in tobacco smoke and that aged yellowy kind of feel. So that's why I use this quite a bit. And I'm just looking through. Usually just cycle through these until I find a kind of colour scheme that kind of works. That looks not too bad, but maybe he's weaker and more faded would help. Actually, in the basic adjustments I will actually darken this. Not that much though. About there. Now I want to come under, drop the contrast, and that should fill in that brighter area up there. Probably will drop in a digital graduated filter, just to kind of darken that sky in a little bit. This ain't going to be a masterpiece, this, I can tell you that now. It's just going to be a scene. Just going to lighten that. It's all small adjustments on sliders as well. You just got to do it on feel. That's all I do. You can, yeah, hi Tim. Yes, you can. Just duplicate your final, your final images that you've built up. Duplicate that and use the multiply blend mode, and then reduce it to 50%, and then do your free transform to move it around and that kind of thing, and then just adjust your opacity and positioning, and it should work the same. But also in Photoshop you've got the, you could use other blend modes as well. So you could use your your darken and lighten blend modes, which will give you complete, really different effects, and some of them can be brilliant. I just tend to do a lot of mine in here because I'm just kind of stuck in a certain style. So experiment. But yeah, just duplicate your final layer and then just free transform with a blend mode and have a play. That's what the great thing about this is. There's no right way and wrong way of doing it. It's all about just about playing. I'm actually going to zero all these back to the starting point. Normal S curve. I'm going to drop that down there. To there. Darken it off a bit. So I'll probably end up completely breaking it. There we go. There's where blues and where greens. Looking better. Ooh. Excessive. Sorry, keep forgetting to switch my phone off for these things. Must apologise. Something like that. There. Right, what else do I want? We want some blue. So obviously curves, you know, you work with opposites. So if you want to add in blue, you'll increase the curve, and if you want to add in yellow, you can decrease the curve. You know, it's opposites. Usually I'm heading in this direction because I just love like the warmer tones and the yellows and oranges. But this is a kind of a marine themed kind of image. I am kind of, actually I was going to intend to go quite blue and then go crazy, wasn't I? So I mean, these things take time, but yeah, small adjustments in the curves can make huge differences. Something like that. You know, I'm kind of just, I'm you know, mentally I'm just chopping off the bottom as well, but I do always only crop at the last stage. So just to be mindful of that. There you go. Right. So we're getting kind of about there. So I think we'll just bring this back out into Photoshop and have a little think. Yeah. So if you actually, whilst that's going back in, where are we? Presets are. So if you're interested in any of the presets, then head across to that address, which is the one easier one to remember, or there is there's the link in the description below. So yeah, right, back to Photoshop. Okay, we are back to here. So right, so nice background, couple of boats. It's probably not as dramatic as I was actually hoping for. I was hoping for a bit more drama, but you kind of stuck with what you're working with. But there's a nice contrasty dark patch there. Overhanging cloud, quite nice. Excuse me. Let's just try a few more bits and pieces. Just gonna darken that. I don't go overboard with luminosity masking and all this kind of gubbins. I do tend to just keep everything fairly basic, like straightforward masking, like just a gradient across it, a black and white gradient, to soften edges. I don't really pick out certain selective colour and all that kind of thing. I keep things fairly straightforward because one, I've got to try to remember how to do it all, and sometimes I have to try to teach it as well. So that's quite a nice bit, but so you can just then what I'm doing, I'm then start spending about an hour flicking a layer on and off. I'll do if I wasn't doing this on camera, I'd be sitting here for about 3 hours on this image, just flicking layers off back and forward like that until I think I've not gone crazy. Right, just going to mask off this bottom here. Probably get it the wrong way around. Oh no, I did it the first time. Maybe just come across there. Yeah, that's better. That's a little bit better. Actually then it kind of gives, yeah, you got a darker sky, but also it looks like the sun's just catching the foreground there, you know, as if it's moving through. So there we are. That looking not too bad. I'd rather than there wasn't any foreground there, but hey ho, that's what you've got to work with. Okay, I'm going to stick this into the visor and just try a hue adjustment. Evening, Alan. Good of you to come along, sir. Nice image you got the other night when I dragged you at the house. I don't always make masterpieces, Peter. Very rare, especially on a live stream. There's been a handful. Although the one from a couple of weeks ago is going in the exhibition. Then I think it was the Norham Castle one. That quite washed out one that we did. So that one's going in the exhibition, which is nice. And structure, I'm going to ramp the structure up. I want a bit of detail of the boats in here. Warms, cool. Do we want it cool? Do we want it warm? A little bit blue. It's only fraction, you know, small percentages either way can make a huge difference. Oh, that was nice. It's just dropping the hue down towards the reds there. Really, you know, made that water greyer and bleaker, which was nice. But I don't want to warm the foreground up too much because I'm going to plash some red into there. And we've got the mast back. You can just see the mast, which is pretty much there. That's good. Happier there. Good stuff, good stuff. Yeah, right, okay. Done. Done on that. Bloody phone. Right, we are still, it's quite dark there, but that's alright. Liking the drama. That's what it's about. So, I'm gonna go crazy now. I'm gonna break out the Wacom, or Wacom, or whatever you want to call it. So, come here, buttons. And I'm actually gonna plash in a lump of red. So, a new layer. I'm going to zoom in on this booty here. He says I'm going to... yeah, I think I do need to paint in this. So on here, get away... Damn screen thing. We want paintbrush. We're on a new layer, we want the oil paintbrush. Come on. How are you, computer? Speed up. Probably have kittens because it's... How are you? What are you doing? Because it's slow at the best of times and then streaming it and attempting to paint as well probably won't go down well. Wet media brushes, I think that's not the right shape. Yeah, it's the shape I wanted. I want to sample that. Not that colour, I want the red colour. That one, and then I'm going to adjust it brighter red. Kind of a natural kind of red there, something like that. Natural kind of red. A wee bit darker there. Okay. Right, okay, go on. Give me the... Excuse my painting skills now, they are a bit shabby. Of course, Alan, it was all to do with you and your Bambara shots. Notice how it's only you, the usual gang now chatting. Don't let them dominate the chat room, all you new watchers. Right, I'm just gonna very basically paint in. Quite, you know, obviously there's quite strong shape here. Actually, I've got no idea what the bloody boat looked like now. I'm doing this for a reason. Honest to gov. Right. I'm doing this because supposedly on a varnishing day, one day at the Royal Academy, Turner had like a naval scene, and then at some point, like on varnishing day, with John Constable next to him, painting in red, Turner, a fully blue scene, just came in and put a dollop of red right in the middle of the use a mouse handy, right in the middle of this painting, and everybody went bonkers over it. That's the one. Adjustment, push back. There. Went mad. So I'm thinking he'd ruined it. Well, actually, it was like he'd creating, you know, drawn a boy on it. A few lines. Learn how to paint, Andy. Scale. Something like that. There is a blend thingy as well, isn't there? Wet blender. This might go wrong. Come on, catch up, computer. Evening. Good of you to come along and watch. How are you, computer? Catch up, man. Anybody wants to buy me a new computer, please do. Come on. Hopefully it hasn't gone. No, it's there. Actually, it's the wrong one I was looking for. How are you? Doesn't help that this bloody pen is... The wheels are coming off now. Right, let's get this. There's a dry mixing. Was it a dry mixing thing? No, maybe it's not. There's a scratch one. Where has it gone? General brushes. There was a scratch mixer. Oh, scratch blender or whatever. It's gone. Where's it? Well, let's give up, Andy. Right, that is reduce that even further. Multiply. Suppose that isn't going to work. I'm actually going to not rub it out, but I'm going to reduce that to just soften the edges a bit. That colour dodge, mask button, and I'm just gonna come here, flow high, opacity a bit higher. Better. Softens it. Ah, that's a little bit better. Now that I see from distance. Excellent. Evening, Andrew. Have you recovered from printing? Oh, Alan's already asked you. Give it a go, Sylvia. It's obviously it's built for a different purpose, but I find it invaluable. Actually, there isn't a one from Manchester in the exhibition, purely because I was kind of keeping it local, or fairly local. There was one I was really considering putting in, but I decided against it. What I am going to do, I'm going to do like a book of A3s, so if anybody flicks through the book and they want to order one from it, then that probably will be that one shot of it, Manchester, that I do really like. So there'll be that. There will be kind of one on show, but it'll not be up framed on the wall, because there is one that I really like from there. Really happy with. So right, it is Christ, nearly 8:30. So the red kind of works. Looks better from distance. So I'm happier with that now. I thought when I was starting painting it in, this is going to go horribly wrong, but it's not too bad. Right, okay. So any final tweak, curve adjustment. We always like a curve adjustment. Just a bit more contrast. Dropping that down. Actually, about there. And then I think I might actually just take some of that out of the water. So the razor's on, bigger brush, and just sweep that out of there. Very easily, very basic. Highlight across there, something like that. Yeah. Oh, I already delete vector mask. I don't know why I did that. Habit of creating masks. Right, okay, we are pretty much done, I think. Final look with hue and saturation. Something like -2. There we go. There we are. I've got a nice pile of layers there from our evening's work. It's very kind of you to say that, Andrew. David, are you going to be back for the opening night? I was going to ask. The 19th, by the way, because it could be all the lads together. That's providing Alan's coming, and I don't mind. Right. Yes, we are, I think, done. I'm just going to save this out, and I'll head back into Lightroom. Yeah. So the exhibition, if you missed it at the very start, there's the details if you are interested. (19th of July to the 30th of August, up here in Northumberland. So if you're up here, hopefully it'll be worth a look in. Martin, you can try this technique anywhere. You don't need to be anywhere special for it. You know, you can just adapt it to your surroundings. I mean, when I was in Manchester, I was shooting the modern architecture there with great difficulty, but I was shooting the modern architecture there. When I'm around home, I'll do the castles and the landscape generally. You know, don't be concerned about just using the sea and the water and all that kind of stuff. You know, just give everything a wobble, and then just play around in Photoshop for if you've got hours, play around in Photoshop for hours and just see what you get. There's nothing wrong. You're creating art. You're creating your own style. So don't be scared of it. Try it everywhere. Right, back to Lightroom. So we are pretty much done. There will be wine, Alan. Bring a driver. Right, so the usual final stage is a crop. And like I said, I was going to make this kind of a panoramic one. So 2x1 is probably a bit narrow, unless I drop that to there. I do have a favourite of a 9x5, which I use quite a lot. So actually I could come back, pull in from that side a little bit more to about there. Just cut off that little bit of detritus on the left hand side. Done. Actually, do I straighten it up? Done. Looking at it from distance, does it need brightened a little bit? Maybe it's just a little bit of contrast there. Small adjustment to brightness. I think we're good. You keep them dodgy blokes away from me, Andrew. Good stuff, Martin. Great. Right, I think we are done. Let's go full screen and let's get me out of the way. Why is it gone there? Don't look at me. That one. Press the wrong button, sorry. Full screen, give you a good look at it. Hope everybody likes that or can see some appreciation for it. I'm quite happy with that. Now the big question is it better than Tom Heaton's version of it? Thanks, Paul, very kind of you. So yeah, there you go. That's a nice little edit. Fairly basic for my standards, my typical amount of adjustments. So fairly, yeah, I was going to say it's fairly straightforward. It's, you know, there's quite a bit of detail in there, some nice soft motion in here. You know, really highlighting the red, obviously manually putting in the red on the boat. I think that really makes that stand out. Nice moody sky, even though it was bright blue sky. I don't think it was barely a cloud. So this has kind of all been brought in by the foreground. All quite. Oh, there was a few clouds in the originals. I think it's worked quite well. You can kind of tell where it is because you've got the markers on the opposite island, not the opposite stretch of land, whatever you want to call it. I think it works as a nice little scene. Thank you, Edwin. Good stuff. Marvellous. Justin, just come back week after week, Justin, and then you'll get the hang of it. Yeah, I do. The one thing about these live streams, I try not to teach too much. I'm more of a case of, you know, just let you watch and see where the brain's coming from to how it's made and why it's made. But good that you're inspired there, Harold. Don't let him catch you say that, Peter. Good stuff. Thank you very much. David, shh, be quiet. Hi, Ruth. Yes, yeah, can't believe it. What a difference a week makes. Or what a difference 2 days makes, to be honest. Yeah, it'll be live as soon as if YouTube's finished processing it. So be on. Thanks, John. No worries, Clement. Hope you've learnt a little bit and been inspired to have a go yourself. That's what all this is all about. You know, just come along every Tuesday, pretty much nearly every Tuesday. Just have a little chat in the chat room and watch me either cock something up or make something half decent. You never know. You never know what you're going to get each week. So thank you for that. We'll just put this back on. There we go. So thank you very much for joining me on this special occasion. Well, certainly a special live stream, that's for certain. 80 people watching, that's crazy. Give it a shot, Tim. Definitely give it a go. Exactly. Do as Mr. Freeze in the house says. Smash that like button. Helps share things. And once the live bit's finished, if you could leave comments, that'd be fantastic. Whether you've enjoyed this or not, whatever you want to do. It's open to whatever you want to do. It's up to you. It's a free world still, just about. Excellent, good stuff. Yeah, gives you a little bit more of an insight to. I mean, obviously Tom's video was what, 11 minutes long, and it was never going to be a deep dive thing. It was very much of, this is what I do, that's how I've done it, here's a couple of tips to get started, crack on. So yeah, this is my usual, more jumping in with 2 feet and going a bit deep, going deeper. So there you go. Right, grand. Right, next one will be next Tuesday. I have no idea what I'll have shot between now and then. I haven't even loaded the images up from when I went out with Alan the other day, so it's mad, isn't it, Peter? 3,500 subscribers. I had only just ticked over 1,000 a couple of weeks ago. So crazy. So anyways, I witter on far too long at the end of these. So thank you very much for watching. Please hit the like button if you want to be notified when these things go live and any other videos that are coming up, because there are some videos coming up. There's the Tom Heaton one coming up to start with. Well, not to start with, but that one's coming up. And others. And the second part about exhibition prep is coming up as well. Although I haven't downloaded the footage yet, that is on its way. So that's all about printing, so you might see Andrew in the corner of the shot. So there you go. Right, must say goodbye. Thank you very much for watching. It's been amazing after a crazy weekend. So thank you very much. Thank you to Tom for sharing my channel and sharing my work. This has been, it's been massive this last couple of days. So thanks to him, especially, for giving us a massive shout out on there. Otherwise I'll be flailing around for dribs and drabs of subscribers for years to come. So it's been nice to have so many people watching, so thank you very much. I will let you get on with your evenings, your afternoons, your mornings and all that kind of stuff. Thank you again. Leave comments, be great, and we'll see you in the next one. So keep it hard. See ya.